What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and with the release of Chaos Reigns, it looks like the well of free skins have finally run dry. And even though we didn't get any Sub-Zero skins, it was still a good run while it lasted. But just because the free skins stop doesn't mean we stop taking your Mortal Kombat 1 hot takes. I think we're gonna start doing this every Friday. I don't know, we'll see. But I put up a new post today, and this one is actually regarding Chaos Reigns specifically. So this one should be good. Let's get right into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
Alright, before we get into the hot takes, a few of y'all have been asking me to rate these animalities, and I gotta let y'all know, the video exists. It's 33 minutes long, but YouTube is not having it. I done put static all over the screen and all kind of stuff. They are not having it. Shout out to the 72 people who saw the video, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We'll figure that out later. And yes, I did use Reptile, but it's still getting age restricted, just like it did in Mortal Kombat 10 and with Devora in Mortal Kombat 11. But let's go into these hot takes. I'm almost kind of scared to press on this because I've been seeing some crazy stuff on X and I've been seeing some crazy stuff in the comment section. So let's go ahead, and this time we're going to take it first come, first serve. So newest first. The first one we got is from Blueprint 570. Towers of Time was the best addition from this expansion. I really want to get in there and play Towers of Time, but my time is not permitting it. I really want to get in there and just play the game. I think I finished like 2 mesas, but I have been cooked for the last 2 days. I didn't even get a video out yesterday. But yeah, shouts out to Towers of Time. I'm glad to see it back, and I will get some time to get in there. Brother of Jeff the Killer. Whoa. Shouts out to Jeff, I guess. Noob Saibot Origin is disappointing. This was definitely not the time to do it. I see people complaining about the length of the story expansion, saying it was too short, but it's just that. It's an expansion. It's not a full story again. And that's why I think this was the wrong time to do this Noob Saibot debut, because everything was condensed and it felt very rushed. Bihan's kidnapped. We don't see him again. He pops back up as Noob Saibot with some mysterious person's hand on his waist. Tanya beats him. Cancel Christmas. Noob Saibot should have been positioned as an absolute monster in this expansion, but instead, he fell victim to the same thing Scorpion and Sub-Zero fell victim to at the wedding. We'll talk more about that in the full review. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Honest Joker's 8148. Got a pretty big hot take here. Facts. I love the game and guest characters and DLC. I love the storyline. I don't care what people say about the game. You know what, Honest Jokers? I'm with you. We need more Mortal Kombat fans like this. It's just a game. Why be a negative Nancy about the game? Ed Boon did an awesome job, and I'm sick of these disrespectful haters' criticism over a video game. It's just a damn game. My bad, he didn't go that crazy. It's just a darn game to have fun. People complain about it. Just delete the darn game off your game console. Don't ever play it again. You got something to say about it? Just shut up. Quit crying like a kid, delete the game, you can't get your money back. Friggin' deal with it. You know what, Honest Jokers? I couldn't have said it better myself. I love it. It seems like no matter what Mortal Kombat does these days, people are gonna hate on it. But me and fans like Honest Jokers, we're gonna be up here to stand front line. Whether y'all like it or not, we love it. Alright, next up we got Anthony Douglas 4888. Sheesh. Anthony dropped 4 on us. I'm going to give you a pass this time, Anthony, but we got to do 1 per post. First hot take. I hate Mileena. Pretty plain and simple. You know what? It's interesting, though, because if Kitana's Liu Kang's girl, why in his timeline would he make Mileena shine over her? Interesting. Second hot take. Stryker is in my top 15 Mortal Kombat characters. Stryker is number 14. So Google says there are 77 Mortal Kombat characters. Probably not the right number, but I'm sure it's close enough. For me, Stryker would probably be number 73. Definitely deserved that cameo spot. Third hot take. Sindel is my last favorite Mortal Kombat character. I think mine might be Shinnok. I think Shinnok might be at the last one for me. Fourth hot take. Mortal Kombat 1 Sub-Zero could have been better. Ugh, you lost me there, Douglas. You lost me. I think Bihan in Mortal Kombat 1 is the best Sub-Zero we ever had. Now, if you're talking about gameplay, you know what, I might think the damage could have been better, but I actually like how he plays in this game better than any other as well. But that Mortal Kombat 11 brutality, where he takes him and throws him at the ice wall, and then throws the ice axe, you could do that all day, man. Bring that brutality back to Mortal Kombat 1. Awesome 88 Gold says, reasonable price, but not a good story. You know what? That's a fair assessment. If that's your opinion, we'll definitely take it. I think we definitely got a lot of stuff with this expansion. New Season of Invasion, which those have been free, but they loaded up the Shrine. They loaded up the seasonal store with new brutalities. We got Towers of Time back. And the story expansion. I mean, whether you like the actual story or not, the story is high quality. While I was playing, I was sitting there thinking, like, there's no fighting game putting on visuals like this and this much emphasis into their story. So I think it was definitely worth the $50 for the story alone. I think the story was worth $30 by itself. So I'm not mad at the price either, even though they sent it to me for free, which I probably should point that out. Cyrax is weak, says Cyber Psycho. I don't think Cyrax is weak at all. Think about it. Cyrax is like the strongest character in this universe right now. She beat Scorpion at the wedding. She beat Sub-Zero at the wedding. And she beat her mentor Sector before the wedding. Good thing she didn't get her hands on Havoc when he invaded Outworld, because the story would have been over right there. I really didn't like her beating Sub-Zero at the wedding, because if he's the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei, how does that happen? Next, we have Island Man Channel 485, who says, since I have neither Combat Pack 1 nor the Chaos Reigns expansion, I can say that the update of this game is really enjoyable. I agree. I feel like every time they do an update, it's pretty enjoyable. Even if it's just like a new character in Invasions, it's always pretty exciting. The quality of life improvement is really a big step forward. Separating the Gateway Mesa to the main menu really changes a lot for me. I agree. Shouts out to Island Man Channel 485. I love to hear the positive feedback, because I agree. A lot of times people focus on the negative, but Towers of Time and the way they actually structured everything there, I really love it. Mason's Smid 2329. Probably might be the first one I butchered here. Hot take. I don't think the story was nearly as bad as a lot of people say it was. It was not, Mason. I just don't understand what it is with the Mortal Kombat community, because it's always like this. When Mortal Kombat 11 came out, I was like, this is great. This is the best Mortal Kombat game ever. I love it. But everybody else was like, oh, that game sucks. This is the worst. I hate it. Now we get Mortal Kombat 1 and everybody's like, yeah, back to Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 was great. Like, bro, what are we doing? I think it's the fact that for some reason, hate for Mortal Kombat gets so much views and so much engagement. If you notice, these people who hate Mortal Kombat and love Tekken and Street Fighter so much, whether positive or negative, they only make Mortal Kombat videos. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Mason continues, it was definitely rushed, but overall, it was a fun story mode with the narrative I thought was interesting. I'm gonna get crucified. You know what, Mason? Let's get crucified together, because I agree with you. I think the story mode was fine. Was it great? Was it brilliant? No, because it was rushed. They tried to do too much with not enough time. There was a great story you could have told with Bihan and Noob Saibot there, but it's like, as soon as we saw him become Noob Saibot, it was off to the races. He really had no chance to shine as a bad guy, because as soon as we saw him, he got taken down. And then boom, now he's getting cured by Liu Kang with some rainbow stuff, and his body stays the same, but his mind changes back to Bihan's. They tried to do too much here, and it just didn't work. Chaos Reigns felt like a side story, but you don't kill one of your main characters in a side story. So, yes, they tried to do too much here, but overall, by the time we got to the end, I was like, okay, you know what? It was fine. Let's get to Mortal Kombat 13. Mason, if they try to crucify you, tell them to come get me too, because I'm going down with you. Next up, we have Virus Games 128, who says, why did they make Sector and Cyrax girls? That makes no sense. It's stupid. Well, Virus Games, I'll tell you this. In the previous universe, I never cared about Sector or Cyrax. And that may be because they haven't really been put in too many games lately, but right now, I care about Sector and Cyrax. I care about Sector, at least. Cyrax is a traitor, and Scorpion's going to end up chopping her head off, so good riddance to that young lady. Next, we have Eero Sivart, 7463. Havoc's death felt so weird and rushed a bit. This was a huge problem I had in the story. This man ripping his arms, ripping his legs, ripping his testicles, everything off, making new havocs. Bihan goes in a one-on-one fight, beats him just like any other fight. I mean, we see these Titan battles they make. I think they should have made this just like a Titan battle or something. It was just a normal fight. You beat him and that was it. And like his legs were getting chopped off and growing back and stuff. And Liu Kang's like, Bihan, don't kill him. You might wipe out his whole universe. Now, I love that scene. When Liu Kang pushed him like, there's enough. Whew, that was beautiful. There's a big problem with the way they end these stories. And I had the same problem with the original Mortal Kombat 1 story as well. It's like they don't know how to finish with a bang. We didn't even get to see what happened to Havoc. Liu Kang stopped Bihan from killing him. They should have shown us Liu Kang throwing him in some type of portal or something. But instead, they fast forward to Bihan in the casket with a baldy. Like, what are we doing here? Again, another story for another day. He had the Kami Dogu implanted in him, and yet he loses to Bihan. Now, come on now. Bihan is strong. He's a strong man. But I think the battle was too simple. It was too easy. And they hurt the Kami Dogu. Like earlier, I said they hurt Scorpion and Sub-Zero by just letting Cyrax run over them. You hurt the Kami Dogu here because I thought these were like a serious big thing when Onaga had them. Now, I mean, what are they? This was rough. This one was rough. The next comment is from Who Huh. Yes, you are. 5277. Towers of Time was so disappointing compared to Mortal Kombat 11. Let it cook. You gotta give it some time to cook. I mean, right now we got the free characters in the back. They said they're gonna be adding live events and special things. So just give it a minute. You know, take it in for what it is right now, and we're gonna give it some time to cook. They're gonna give us some good stuff later on down the line. Like, took 2 leaps backwards. So sad. Need more content than just any towers, online, and story. Deadly Alliance is the most recent game with less content. Brutal, huh? I guess you're saying this is the least amount of content we've had since Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I mean, hey, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance had Cooking with Scorpion. We had a Krypton Deadly Alliance, so it was some good stuff to do in there. They gave us reason to play, collecting those green, red, blue coins. Just brought back some memories. I wish we had a Krypton Mortal Kombat 1. It would have definitely gave us a lot more to do, but it's just not in the books. It's just not in the books. Maybe we'll get one in Mortal Kombat 13, but we actually do get a lot of content from Mortal Kombat 1. I know everybody's not crazy about invasions, but coming from somebody who only really plays the single player modes, I come back every time they update invasions to finish it. And Mortal Kombat 11 is my favorite Mortal Kombat game of all time, but after I finished the story, I went through Towers of Time to get enough coins to clear out the crypt, got all the achievements, and I was done. So at this point, I've been playing Mortal Kombat 1 longer than I played Mortal Kombat 11, so them updating invasions does at least give us a reason to come back. But you know what? Good assessment. I'm not mad at it at all. We're going to finish up these last 2, and then I'm going to let y'all go for the day. And it looks like Cold Blizzard has quite a bit to tell us. Not sure if it's a hot take, but man, this DLC story mode sucked. So many things could have been done 10 times better. Now, not all of it was bad. Chapter 1 was good, but everything else sucked for the most part. The first chapter was my favorite part as well, just because we were dealing with characters from our universe. I feel like when we went over to the Chaos Realm, we were dealing with characters that we would never really see again. Like when Rain died, I really didn't care because I was like, okay, this is not our Rain. I mean, cool scene and everything, but inconsequential moment. I just feel like with this being a new universe, we don't need to be jumping time already. We got to get to know our characters first, so hopefully that changes with Mortal Kombat 13 and we're not dealing with Titan threats. We need to deal with things in Liu Kang's universe. Cold Blizzard continues. It should have been Smoke instead of Sector to go into Havoc's realm along with our Rain. Can we talk about Smoke for a minute? Because what was that? Even later in the story, Liu Kang said, I'm going to gather Earthrealm's champions. Smoke wasn't there. Y'all ask why I don't like Smoke. This is why I don't like Smoke. If you have all of your strongest warriors in the Chaos Realm defending things, where's Smoke? Johnny Cage was there. Kenshi was there. Where was Smoke? I mean, this shows y'all, it's not me. Netherrealm is building Smoke to be a pushover, and that's the main reason I don't like him. Shouts out to that young man, though. Also, how come our Havoc had no part in this? You know what, Cold Blizzard? I actually love the fact that our Havoc had no part in this. Before I was like saying, why would they use Havoc to be the Titan and the main boss of this Chaos Reign storyline? But they explained it perfectly. When Geras told Liu Kang Havoc was a timekeeper or whatever, Liu Kang said, I knew it. That's why I put him in this position in the new universe. So our Havoc is being held down because Liu Kang knew he had this potential. And even Havoc from the Chaos Realm said something like, Chronica thought I was a pushover, but I had to show her. I killed her. Now I'm the keeper of time. So Havoc has this beast inside of him. Liu Kang sensed it, but nobody else did. So I like the way they actually told this story. He should have been gassed up like Titan Shang Tsung did to our Shang Tsung. Well, Havoc would have had to come over there and did it for him, and he didn't. But nope, our Havoc is just not present. And above all else, with Noob Saibot here, who in the Elder God's name will become Sub-Zero? So many things could have gone better. Cold Blizzard, I hate to tell you this, but I think Frost is going to be the new Sub-Zero. I know Liu Kang sent Bi-Han to the Temple of the Elements to see if it could restore him or whatever he said. Hopefully my boy don't come back with the baldy and the black burnt up skin. If he comes back, he needs to come back as Bi-Han and be the same Bi-Han. I mean, if you want to tone it down a bit to say he's getting better, fine, but don't make him a follower like, yes, I am here and I'm going to defend Liu Kang because I know what I was doing before was wrong. I think he needs to have that same personality he had before because there was nothing wrong with it. But we all know Sub-Zero has been in every Mortal Kombat game, and I don't think they're going to want to break that streak. So if they do decide to pull the gender swap on Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 13, then they're just going to change Frost's name and give her the mantle of Sub-Zero. And she's going to be our Sub-Zero moving forward. Please, Netherrealm, please don't let it happen. Please. 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 In my opinion, we should have gotten Shao's Rebellion as DLC instead. You know what? I think that would have been good DLC. Would have kept us in our universe and not moved us too far forward in the future because it's just General Shao. And you know what? He doesn't have to reach the level he's going to reach in that DLC pack. But we could have at least gotten it started. With him, Shang Tsung, and Quan Chi kind of building an alliance. And you know what? Kind of just going crazy on Earthrealm. But just a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. We could have seen Onaga again. Not yet. Not in the story expansion. Do you want a 2-hour story expansion with Onaga? No. We got to save that. And maybe Shao and Reiko could have had chapters to put them over. If we get another DLC, that should be the story. I don't know if we want to use Onaga in a DLC story. I think if we get another story, I do want it to stay in Liu Kang's universe. Let's not jump time anymore. Let's give it a little break, you know, just a little break. We can do it again in Mortal Kombat 14 if necessary, but let's give it a tiny break. If we did another story expansion, I think that's what I want to see. Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, and Quan Chi kind of following up on their tower endings. I think that'll be very interesting. Even if it's just standalone chapters for those three kind of moving forward in their journey. I think that'll be great. And the last one we're going to get today is from I Am Bonkers. The skins were better than the expansion. I don't know about that, Bonkers. I'm taking story over the skins any day, but the skins are good, so shouts out to you. Glad you like them. Now, in the next video, we will be shuffling these things up, so we're going to pick them at random. If you got hot takes, make sure you come drop them under this community post. Thank y'all for tuning into this video. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.